Today is our Thursday episode, which I did not get out last week. I had it all set up, ready to go and record it, and by the time I realized it was already Saturday, and I'm like, I'm not gonna whip it out. not gonna whip, not gonna whip it out on camera. I'm not gonna whip it out on a weekend, so I wanted to just wait and catch up later on. But start out with some Ripley's Believe It or Not stories here. Giotto di Badone, 14th century Italian painter, drew a perfect circle with one free arm movement. The whip tree, a box elder grown from a switch stuck into the ground. It doesn't say anything. It was just growing from a switch. Yeah, that's what happens. Trees grow. The golden cannon of Istanbul, Turkey. It was made for Sultan Solomon the Magnificent from 660 pounds of gold coins looted from conquered nations. 1553. Such a waste. Ye Old Sun Inn in Billsdale, Middlesbrough, England, was rented by an Ainsley family for 500 years, finally bought by William Ainsley in 1944. After 500 years, you could have saved a ton of rent by just buying it way back when it was really cheap. Hey, let's check out the French Countess, richest heiress of all time. Elizabeth Angelique de Bonteville, from 1607 to 1696. She lived a pretty long life. So I guess it helped to be rich back then. You didn't die early. Inherited more money than the whole population of the United States could pay off in 3 billion years. She became a widow at the age of 20, and her husband, who had been governor of Senlis but never suspected the cumulative powers of arithmetical progression, left a will in which he directed that his widow be paid one gold piece worth $5 for the first year of her widowhood. This bequest was to be doubled each successive year as long as she remained unmarried. She survived for 69 years without remarrying, and her legal claim amounted to 147, 573, 952, 314, 798, 506, 112 gold pieces, or about $737 quintillion. This is about 3 billion times the annual national income of the United States. Damn! Way to go, girl. The gemsbok of Africa is hunted both for food and water. It stores a supply of pure drinking water in its stomach. That's not nice. Don't kill it just because it's got water in its belly. They're so cool. All right, stop at that. Let's see. I picked up a $2 scratch ticket today. If I win a ton of money, I'll give everybody a comments $1,000. But I gotta win enough to pay y'all off and myself too. So match any of my numbers to either winning number, win corresponding prize, reveal a 2 times, 5 times, 10 times symbol, you get extra crap. Let's see what we got here. Looks like 15 and 17 are the numbers. Want to hold $2 off 3 tickets. Hold the lady to grab me another one. Like scratch tickets, you never keep the cash. You just always swap it for other ones. 15 and 17 are the numbers. And it looks like we are total losers. As usual. Oh well, at least I got to scratch something that was really exciting. Not. All right, I got a variety of things that I've been coming across lately. Well, starting off, I didn't do an unboxing for something because I showed it off on another podcast. It was only one comic, so it wasn't really worth doing an unboxing for without having some extras or anything like that to go with it. But Corey Bird finished off issue number 7 of Tooth and Nail. If you have not checked this out, it's like a cat, like kind of like a manga feel to it, Americanized manga style comic book. Kind of gives that TMNT characterization feel. Awesome wraparound cover. I can't think today. Yeah, black and white artwork, but very well done. The fight scenes are awesome. Lots of great storyline. I really enjoy this story. I am so happy he's up to issue 8 already. I hope he keeps going with this one. And I'm pretty sure it's his number one comic that he puts out with his company, Bird's Eye View. He has other creators that do stuff through their company. But check out Tooth and Nail. This is issue number 7. And first 6 are awesome. And I believe it's the first 6 that are in trade form now. So you can also get that if you don't want to buy the individuals. But definitely check that out if you're into that style storyline. I got these little ash cans that oh yeah, Kevin Kevin Wolf sent these to me, and they're basically like freebies you can get at your comic book store. I'm assuming at the counter, and it gives you teaser imagery of this. This is the Herculoids storyline. As you know, if you're following Dynamite Comics at all, they've been bringing back all the Hanna-Barbera style characters, and it's been a lot of fun. But basically, hidden in the furthest reaches of space, the planet of Amzat is legendary for its fabled riches and for the terrible fates that befell anybody who seeks to exploit them. Those who survive their encounters tell blood chilling tales of horrific, imposing monsters that guard the mysterious world. Yet the lure of its abundant resources is too great to resist. Raiders and pirates continue to come from across the galaxy, and there is only one force strong enough to stop their constant attacks: the Herculoid. And you got the WB part in here, but I'm pretty sure it's Hanna-Barbera. Did these, but I could be wrong. I'm good at screwing those up, but yeah, pretty sure through the WB this is the Hanna-Barbera lineup of characters. So many different covers. They've been coming out with these. I mean, that's just one page there, or 2 pages there. There's another page there. Just cover after cover. But all these characters, all these storylines, comes with a nice little some more info in the back there. But yeah, I got the Herculoids ordered, so I'm looking forward to checking those out. But I have not got them. I don't think I had got the first one yet. Then we got Silverhawks Ashcan Edition, also laid out the same way. Imagery without words, and then some stuff in the back. But in the galaxy of Limbo, a deadly mob boss has been confined on Penal Planet 10. There he patiently waits, planning his revenge on those responsible for his captivity. Commander Stargazer, a grizzled space cop, is the one who stopped the mob boss's rampage last time. He brought together a special team of law enforcers, the likes of which had never been seen before, and Stargazer prays that they'll never be needed again. Silverhawks. Ed Bryson, Ellie Wright, Nate Cosby, George Combatis, and Jeff Eckleberry working on this. But yeah, I checked out some teasers and stuff, but I have not. I think I got the first number one issue sketch cover. Again, you got information in the back and lots of covers again for this one also. And then the last one of these ash cans was Disney Darkwing Duck. And if you don't know already, everybody should know, of course. He is the terror that flaps in the night, the feathery phantom who haunts your dreams, the termite that devours your floorboards. He is Darkwing Duck. In the early days of his crime fighting career, mild mannered Drake Mallard struggled to safeguard Street. Canard, from evil alongside sidekick Launchpad McQuack, while keeping his newly adopted daughter, Jocelyn, out of trouble. It would not be easy. There's Daniel Kibblesmith, Fabio Amelia, Ted Brandt, and Rose Stein. And Darbla Kelly working on this one. Again, you got your imagery without storyline. And you're right up in the back and stuff. And of course, lots of different covers again. But I like the Darkwing Duck run, but I feel like something happened. I feel like they did like 6 issues, then stopped, and went back and restarted another Darkwing Duck series, unless it was under a different name that I'm just not remembering. But I got the first few issues of the first run, and then the first issue of this one, but coming or whatever. But yeah, these you can probably pick up at your local comic shop if they're still there. And good possibility they're gone by now. But when Kevin picked those up, probably a good month ago or so. But ah, I've been still. I finally took it out of the plastic. But I still have not watched this damn movie. But yeah, hopefully this week or this weekend I will get to it. But I just haven't had the wife sitting down so we can watch it, and we never think about it till it's too late. So, but on Shudder, I checked out Ninja vs. Shark. I couldn't make it through it. I tried. I believe it was. I want to say it was subtitled, but it just the goofiness. It was more land based than water based. At least the parts I seen, and it just didn't give you that shark movie type feel to it. So I wasn't too happy about that one. And then we finished off final season of Stan versus Evil, and they did a great job with that. I rewatched the first two because the wife told me that we did watch the first 2 seasons all the way through. I didn't remember watching the second one, at least the second half of it. But yeah, the final season it just they did a good job with the ending and everything, playing it out. Leaves you with that possibility that it could go on, but they pretty much ended it for now. And then I checked out Walking Dead World Beyond. Kind of like a futuristic Walking Dead storyline. I like the characters. There wasn't a bunch of argumentative crap throughout that storyline. Uh, so I was able to get into them and enjoy it. Uh, it was nice to see zombies. It just got to the point where I quit watching The Walking Dead, 'cause it was just more human confrontation than, with the zombies. It's like the whole thing is about the Walking Dead. So it's like, let's focus on the Walking Dead and let's quit worrying about humans that can't get their shit together and have to fight with everybody after the end of the world comes and everything goes to hell. But yeah, I enjoyed that one so far. I still got a lot of other ones to check out, the Daryl Dixon one and the other ones that came out, all the little side stories and stuff. Fear the Walking Dead, I think I still have maybe the last season and a half or so to go, or just a half a season left or something like that. I know I was close to finishing that one off. I thought I was done with it and I thought they were done doing it, but then they made some more. So I had to get back to it. And Discovery Plus, we checked out Baylyn out loud. It's a little baby penis. If you catch the commercials at all. Uh, but she has Tourette's syndrome and she's got it highly active, which is a bummer because I mean, being out in public when you're stressed out, it's going to go off like crazy as it does for her. And people just don't flow well with that. They think you're being a jackass out in public and they don't realize it's a person's neurological issues, and a lot of people don't understand what neurological damage is anyways, and it's being an MSer, it's just so freaking frustrating. Sometimes you don't want to say anything because people always say, oh yeah, I'm always tired too. I'm always sore too. And it's like, and I could no, I don't even want to get into it. You have no concept what your brain can make your body feel if your brain is massively damaged. Uh, yeah, check out Baylyn out if you want to learn about Tourette's. Someone living with a bad case of Tourette's and trying to navigate through life and relationships, families, and her boyfriend's parents are highly religious, so you can imagine when someone with Tourette's is yelling out about penises, vaginas, and lesbians, and swearing constantly, and F words flying all over the place and stuff. You can just imagine how a highly religious family can take some of that stuff. But then, yeah, on Amazon Prime, I checked out Rob Schneider's stand-up comedy special, "Soy Sauce and the Holocaust." It's all right. And as some of these comedians get older, it gets too deep into the family stuff and all that. And if you're not a family person yourself, it's like just harder to relate. It was more fun when they're going through single life, party life, and just hearing about what they're going through and what's happening around them. But yeah, those were some things we did check out on the tube. And then I'm currently in a situation where I might have to move, might have to do something. I didn't even realize that my light was like over reflecting there. Sorry about that. The whole show, I'm sitting there with that. It's completely dark in here for me right now, but I don't need I do need a little bit of light. But yeah, it's just things that are happening. I may have to move, so I'm kind of like going through all this stuff, and I'm in my childhood home that was built when I was born. When my mom was walking around picking up rocks while they were building the house, and I was in her belly still. Uh, and that's how the doctors think I ended up with a broken, funky left foot, a crooked foot, because she probably just kept bending over until all of a sudden one time she caught my foot in there and just snapped it. uh, but because I'm going through rooms and stuff. I'm finding some of my childhood things that I completely forgot about. One thing was this Rebel book. It's kind of like Sunday comic style feel to stuff, but how it's laid out comic wise. But meet Rebel, the wild mod teen who's the rage with teens everywhere. Rebel, who always got to answer everything, or got the answer to everything, even if it sometimes was the wrong answer. Rebel, who's in and out of school, antics will have you in stitches. And meet Rebel's zany friends. Grover, who tries to give Rebel good advice and then wishes he hadn't. Wreck, who didn't get his name, as you may have guessed, from being the best student in school. What a crazy crew. You'll laugh through every madcap cartoon adventure. But yeah, it's got that Sunday comics, Peanuts style feel to it. Garfield, all that stuff. Uh, I want to reread the whole thing. I only read a few so far again, because it's probably been about 40 years since I read these. But I remembered liking this, and I remember rereading it multiple times. So, yeah, it's just by Fred Fredericks. But always fun, the things you can find. I also came across the Donnie and Marie, Jack and Jill book. It was a horror one. This, I'm not sure where I picked it up, or, well, no. It had we had a subscription, Duke's names on it. This is from 1978, October of 1978. All kinds of prose stories in these. Yeah. House party ideas for a Halloween festival. Another scary story. Kinds of advertisements, some Rufus comics, some little goofy, let's see, laugh lines. What did the skeleton say about the chilly weather? I don't know. I guess they don't tell you. Okay, I guess I'm not going to read those. I was going to read those and give the answers, but I don't know where the heck the answer. Oh, okay. Answers on page 45. So, answer for that one, that was, what did the skeleton say about the chilly weather? I'm sure it's like it's rattling our bones, or the wind goes right through me. What did Columbus see on his right hand when he reached America? 4 fingers and a thumb. It's funny though. 10 black cats were sitting on a fence. One jumped off. How many were left? None, because they all chased him, probably. None. They were all copycats. Yeah, they all chased him. What is the keynote to good manners? Be natural. What do goblins call their navy? The Ghost Guard. Yeah, stupid people jokes. Yeah, they got a bunch of stories in here and all kinds of fun activities and stuff. Back in the day, these are always great books. Fun little stories and stuff. These were all interesting things that I came across. I'm looking forward to delving into a little further. Then I wish I could find them. I had the round robot and the big metal robot from this movie, but the black hole back in the day, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to watch this, but it was a very interesting storyline. I want to watch it again just to get caught up on everything, but there's the round robot I had. It's just a little plastic robot, and the head would pop up out of it. The legs would come out, pull down off it. And then you had well, he's red here, but he's not supposed to be red, but the big metal robot hung out with him too. Those two I had, two toys I had, but not sure where they are. They're in a box, in a tote somewhere. But this is a fun movie. I mean, just looking at this, I know I don't have to find the movie and watch it. I could just read this. But I want to watch the movie again. Check it out. See if it holds up as it did how I remember. And then we got Masters of the Universe. Came out. This isn't a record book, is it? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, because this is the golden book, but sometimes the ones this size come with a little 45 record and stuff. But yeah, an old He-Man Masters of the Universe story that I just happen to have. Always fun to see your childhood again, see things come up with certain things. We're up to a half hour mark. I was gonna rip this open and play with it today. I think I'll save it for another day. The little vinyl clings all over the comic. But there's just too many of them to play with. The body parts and all that I want to put together and stuff. So I'll wait and I'll do that on the overhead video so you can see me playing with it. Maybe I'll do that next week. But yeah, that's it for today, boys and girls. Hope there is something entertaining in there for you. Uh, but yeah, I just didn't get my show out last week. Didn't feel like throwing it out late on the weekend or anything like that. So I just figured I'd wait 1 week and just take a break because there's just been way too much stuff going on around here. So I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can. Today I'm trying to record at least a good handful of them. So I have single comic reviews to pop out every day at least, or something else. I got some fun unpackings coming up here. Also, again, keep an eye and an ear out for those. Keep following Under the Cult of MS, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes, and check out Crimson Call Comic Club. Did I say Crimson Call Comic Club first? Check out Under the Call of MS and Crimson Call Comic Club. I have a feeling I'm screwing that up a lot and saying Crimson Call Comic Club twice. I might be doing that, but who knows? Anyways, they're both great shows to watch. So check them out. Crimson, you're just going to get some extra characters on there. And we also do creator interviews and stuff like that. And group interviews and their group reviews and all that stuff on there. But it's always fun. Check out our stuff. And we'll get back to you again with more of these soon. Thanks. Bye.